Hello folks, today I'm going to talk about my wife. Like clockwork, every 3 to 4 months my wife goes to the Chatuchak weekend market here in Bangkok, and she brings back home a car booth full of plants, both flowering and non-flowering plants. Then she very meticulously puts them in various sizes of colored pots and decorates our balconies and our living rooms. I tell you, it's just so refreshing seeing how she coordinates the new plants with the old. She is truly an amazing woman. No folks, I lied to you. I was kidding. Today's talk is not about my wife. It's about relationships. We all must cultivate the relationships important to us. Just like a garden, it requires constant care to keep the weeds out. If you do not weed for a few weeks, what happens to the garden? What happens? It does not take much time, and the weeds will take over, making the garden look really, really ugly. It is no different with for our relationships, with our family, with our friends, and with our colleagues. If you don't make the effort to tend to your relationships, they can deteriorate and sometimes even turn ugly. Maintenance of a garden is easier than starting all over again. To me, relationships are the backbone of our existence. We need to nurture them the best we can. Get down on our hands and knees and pull those disturbing weeds, those dangerous weeds out. You must tend to your relationships just like a garden. Life is hard. Success is hard. Do you think tending gardens is easy? No, it's not. No, it's not. But they sure look good when you get them done. And they provide enjoyment. And the neat thing is that once you get them up and running, then the maintenance is easier to keep them going. If you let them go bad, lots of work then. Just lots of work. Now, why are family relationships important? A family is important because our mental growth, our well-being, our stability depend on it. It provides us with the comfort of having people by our side during the tough times, helping us to manage our stress. A family allows us to feel safe, protected, accepted, and loved despite our shortcomings. Families are the basic units that teach children about relationships. Children brought up in a healthy family environment will be able to form better bonds when they eventually leave their homes. Strong relationships teach us how to build trust in each other as family members share both the good and the bad times. Conflicts. And there is no family in the world that do not have conflicts. They do not last long in a strong, well-knit family. Conflicts get resolved amicably. A family teaches both the parents and the children a respectful way to resolve problems. A strong family is all a person needs to become confident in life. Now, how do we build strong family relationships? Number 1, respect. One of the things that I think is literally key in every relationship is respect. Respect means no one has a power or authority over someone else. It means we don't have to agree with somebody to love them. You can disagree with them and yet love them. Respect means to give someone space to have their own opinions. Respect means to let go, accept, and move on. Number 2, appreciate everyone in the family. Acknowledge and celebrate each other's talents, differences, and strengths. Appreciate every member for performing their duties well. For example, praising and thanking a teenager for taking care of a younger sibling will make them feel important. Oh, and yes, don't forget to praise your wife for cooking delicious meals. Number 3, spend quality time with your family, within your family. Set aside some time, maybe meal times, when every day as family time, when you can talk about things and laugh together. Try to make sure you have at least one meal together every day. Actively involve yourselves in each other's lives, but know where to draw the line. Set some time apart exclusively for your partner. Many couples have regular date nights where they go out for movie, drinks and dinner. But don't tell my wife I said that, okay? Number 4, maintain good communication with everyone in the family. Communication, guys. Communication is one of the most important parts of a relationship, and yet it's one of the hardest. That's because being open and honest with your family members means being open and honest with yourself. When your children or spouse or other family members want to talk, respect their need and listen to them with attention. I mean, don't just hear what they have to say. Really and seriously listen to them. Be approachable to talk about difficult things, especially with teenagers. Talking about feelings like anger or frustration, or talking about delicate issues such as sex, alcohol, drugs, or finances should be welcomed instead of shunning them. Parents often find it difficult to discuss these sensitive matters with their children. So perhaps an uncle or an aunt could have these types of conversation with them. Now this brings me to the subject of decision making, another characteristic of a strong family. There was a very large study made on the future of families. One of the major topics studied was to understand the changing relationship that was emerging between the parents and their children. Now, the way this study was explored was to show moms and dads all around the world the following picture, and ask them which of these two images best represented the kind of parenting that they are giving or they want to give to their kids. Are they the duck on the right hand side, with the parent out in front and the ducklings dutifully in the back? Or are they the mother elephant on the left hand side, with the calf in front and the parent behind providing selective guidance from the rear? Now, I can tell you with a high level of certainty that if you were to ask me about my parents, about how they parent back in the 60s and 70s when I was growing up, they would have answered you in a jiffy that they were absolutely the duck. Of course we are ducks. We love our kids and we want the best for them, but we are the adults here and we are in charge. We are leading the way. This is what my parents would have said. But in the latest survey conducted in 2015, and looking around the world, I can tell you that the pendulum has definitely shifted. And the majority of the opinion is that the parents want to be the elephant from behind, with the kids leading the way. There is a remarkable shift in the nature of the parent-child relationship. It is these new roles that the parents are dictating for themselves, and the very different approaches to family decision making, which is fundamentally changing the future of families forever. The age of the internet. The age of the internet has certainly played a major role in this shift. Kids are not dumb anymore. They can learn things faster and newer. And those were the days that the parents would say that this is what I think we should do. Nowadays, it's what do you think we should do? Parents these days treat their children as their best friends, BFFs, and their spouses as their girlfriend, boyfriends. Decision making is now more collaborating, not parent or kid driven. Embrace this phenomenon, viewers. Your families will be stronger and more importantly, happier, I promise you. Now, remember that all these virtues of a strong family mentioned earlier do not come overnight. You need to work together for years to build a healthy family. Tend to your garden, folks. Most of us value our families but may not be aware of the significance of this, of advancing our family ties. It takes time, dedication, and hard work to raise a successful, happy family, but it is all worth it. It's all worth the effort. Now, in this moment, from my heart to your ears, I feel excited. I want to know that I've contributed something helpful with my talk. What do you think? If you think that I have, then hit the like button. Click on the share and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified of my upcoming videos. Till then, folks, this is your humble rag picker, Satin Walia, signing off.